Genesis chapter 49, verses 1 to 33. I am using the New Revised Standard Version, the Green Bible. Verse 1. Then Jacob called his sons and said, "Gather around, and I may tell you what will happen to you in the days to come." Verse 2. Assemble and hear, O sons of Jacob, listen to Israel your father. Verse 3. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might, and the first fruits of my vigor, excelling in rank and excelling in power. Verse 4, unstable as water you shall no longer excel, because you went up onto your father's bed, then you defiled it, went up onto my couch. Verse 5, Simeon and Levi are brothers, weapons of violence are the swords. Verse 6, may I never come into their council, may I not be joined to their company, for in their anger they killed men, and at their whim they hamstrung oxen. Verse 7, cursed be their anger, for it is first, and their wrath, for it is cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel. Verse 8, Judah, your brothers shall praise you. Your hand shall be on the neck of your enemies. Your father's sons shall bow down before you. Verse 9, Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, you have gone up, your crotches down. He stretches out like a lion, like a lioness. Who dares rouse him up? Verse 10, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from between his feet, until tribute comes to him, and the obedience of the peoples is his. Verse 11, binding his foal to the vine, and his donkey's colt to the choice wine. He washes his garments in wine, and his robe in the blood of grapes. Verse 12, his eyes are darker than wine, and his teeth whiter than milk. Verse 13, Zebulun shall settle at the shore of the sea. He shall be a heaven for ships, and his border shall be at Sidon. Verse 14, Issachar is a strong donkey lying down between the sheepfolds. Verse 15, he saw that a resting place was good and that the land was pleasant. So he bowed his shoulder to the burden and became a slave at forced labor. Verse 16, Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. Verse 17, Dan shall be a snake by the roadside, a viper along the path that bites the horse's heels, so that its riders falls backward. Verse 18, I wait for your salvation, O Lord. Verse 19, God shall be raided by raiders, but he shall raid at their heels. Verse 20, Asher's food shall be rich, and he shall provide royal delicacies. Verse 21, Naphtali is a though let lost the bears lovely fawns. Verse 22, Joseph is a fruitful bow, a fruitful bow by a spring, and his branches run over the wall. Verse 23, the archers firstly attacked him, they shot at him and pressed him hard. Verse 24, yet his bow remained taut, and his arms were made agile by the hands of the mighty one of Jacob, by the name of the shepherd, the rock of Israel. Verse 25, by the God of your father who will help you, by the Almighty who will bless you, with the blessings of heaven above, blessings of the deep that lies beneath, blessings of the breast and of the womb. Verse 26, blessings of your father are strong than the blessings of the eternal mountains, the bounties of the everlasting hills. May they be on the head of Joseph and on the brow of him who has set apart from his brothers. 27, Benjamin is a ravenous wolf, in the morning devouring the prey, and at the evening dividing the spoil. Verse 28, all these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is what their father said to them when he blessed them, blessing each one of them with a suitable blessing. Verse 29, then he charged them, saying to them, I am about to be gathered to my people. Bury me with my ancestors in the cave in the field of Ephron the Hittite. Verse 30, in the cave in the field of Machpelah near Mamre, in the land of Canaan, in the field that Abraham brought from Ephron the Hittite as a burial site. Verse 31, then Abram and his wife Sarah were buried. There Isaac and his wife Rebekah were buried. There I buried Leah. Verse 32, the field and the cave that is in it were purchased from the Hittites. Verse 33, when Jacob ended his charge to his sons, he drew up his feet into the bed, breathed his last, and was gathered to his people. Genesis chapter 49, verses 1 to 33. I'm reading from the New Revised Standard Version.